Hey everybody, it is May 16th, 2014's weekly wrap-up. Speaking of wrapping up, well, we wrapped up the Folsom Prison Blues packet this week, which is a good thing. So now everything's there. The long, in-depth, very thorough approach towards teaching all of the harmony parts to this song and sort of giving you that that practice experience like you were rehearsing with the band, the rehearsal practice approach towards the long layout of the packet and all of the parts there. And then at the end, which released this week, the fast tracks. And the fast tracks, what they are, is they are no explanation, just the tracks, they're there. There's a a cappella version of the melody line, the first and second harmony parts individually by themselves, so you can just listen to it, sing along, and learn it. And then there is rhythm tracks with two of the three parts played there, so you can fill in the third part. So it's laid out all of those different ways. You can go right to the fast track stuff and just down and dirty get it, or if you want to go through the in-depth lessons and have that rehearsal approach, which I highly recommend, because I know that my years of singing in different bands and working out the harmony parts and singing with other singers in that setting certainly has contributed to my music abilities. So I know that that is going to work for you. Take your time, but again, if you just don't care about that and you just want to learn the harmony parts, go to the fast tracks. So it's all there for you, and every song that I lay out with harmony, I'm going to do it the same way. I'm going to create the rehearsal experience and work things out and make comments and work out all of the parts and all the different ways, and then turn around and always at the end of every one of these packets do the fast tracks, so everything is just there, so you have immediate get to it tracks as well. Now, on the musical tip of the week, my usual, I want to get into talking about techniques here and help you. Obviously talking about harmony and how that can help you. But you know, I'm always talking about and always trying to find ways to help everybody understand a little bit more about their chest, their mix, and their head, how to get to it, how to define it, know where it's at, and how to take the air pressure away so you don't develop so much air pressure. So another approach towards doing this is, and I'm going to demonstrate this and then ask you if you could do this yourself, and that is isolate the three areas of range: the chest voice, isolate the mix, and isolate the head. So what I mean by that is if I take a sine and I go, and it could be on any of the sounds, but I'll use an O for the moment right now. If I go, oh, that's basically in my chest area. Maybe I could go a little lower, maybe a little bit higher, but that's basically my chest range area. And when I do that, oh, I feel a certain type of tension or pressure in my throat. It's not much. Actually, in chest voice, it feels very easy to do, and that's why everybody can sing, the guys anyway, can sing easier in their chest voice. One more time. Oh, now when I get up to this next oh right there, that's about the top of my chest voice, and from there, if I continued on up, I'd be in my mix, and that air pressure is definitely different, like oh, oh. Now that feels different, and the way it feels different is, to me, there's a little bit, and to everybody else, there's a little bit more tension in there, a little bit more pressure build up. And that's the area of range where everybody has so much trouble, because they approach it wrong. But if you can isolate it and feel it there, and then start to work on a melody, which I'll show you here in a second, then it's a little easier to feel. So now let's go back and put those two together. If I go chest, oh, mix, oh, right? All that's left is oh, my head voice. And those are the three parts, and they do feel very different. But when you can define them this way, it's a little easier to understand what you're doing with your voice. Now, if we take a melody line, and you could take any melody line in the world and simply put it against these three places that you feel in your air pressure, and figure out what you need to do in different parts of the song. Well, I'm going to use the Star Spangled Banner because it's a rangy kind of a thing, you know. So if I go, oh, oh, well, I know that my chest was going to be, oh, say, can you see? Oh, maybe C is just starting to get into that change of air pressure up in the beginning of my mix. But, oh, say, that's all chest. We want to make it nice and relaxed. Oh, oh, say, see what I mean? Now, oh, say, can you see by? Now when I go by, oh, now I'm definitely in the area of my mix. I'm starting to bring it into the mix area where the air pressure changes. But I'm not intimidated by it, or I'm not muscling up because I go to that, because I understand what the air pressure is in that area of my voice, so it's easy to feel. By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hail. I can feel that in there. No sweat. I'm singing in my mix. At the twilight's last gleaming, right? Now, hardest part of the song is what? Wait a minute, let's finish this. Who's brought stripes and bright stars, chest, through the perilous fight? Mostly chest, a little bit of mix. And the ramp mix, what parts we watched down in the chest were so gallantly streaming. Now here, the hardest part of this song is "And the Rocket's Red Glare." And it's higher in mix, and there's tricks. Instead of singing glare, if you sing it more like you're Irish and you sing glear instead of glare, you will focus the air through a little easier. And the rocket's red glare. That's much different. Now, I'm going to break it purposely. I'm going to try to pronounce glare, and it's going to be harder on my throat. Plus, I'm just getting over this sinus infection, and my voice is perfect to show you how to do it the wrong way right now. So if I go, and the rocket's red glare, that's what people do. Ah! And you hear the chords breaking up and all of that. But if I go, clear, see, much different. My voice did not break. That's the connection. It's also in mix. Ooh, I can feel where that air pressure is. I change the pronunciation a little bit of the word, and those two things together make it easier to sing that part. So what I'm showing you here in the musical tip of the week is to isolate and really understand your chest. Oh, understand your mix. Oh, understand your head. Oh, and as you're working on a melody line, any melody line, place that melody line over those three places. If you run into trouble, always go back and do that little siren and feel what the air pressure feels like in your throat, and then come back and sing and see if you can't match up that same feeling instead of approaching it in a way of just grabbing for it or tightening up your muscles. Okay, musical tip of the week, isolate your chest, mix, and head so you really know what you're doing. But before I go, you YouTubers, please come on over to totallyvocals.com. So much to offer for you. Harmony courses, course that teaches vibrato, beginning, intermediate, advanced courses, song breakdowns, all kinds of songs that are harmony songs and different 3-4 part types of songs and types of arrangements in that way. And also all of these courses, and then many, many wonderful, great singers singing songs and breaking those songs down into lessons. All of this, it will help you learn how to sing, and it's extremely interesting as well, and it's just a vast amount of knowledge right here at this site. So totallyvocals.com, the real thing. See you guys next time.